Alright guys, let's continue on here with this Minuteman stuff. So I don't have time to do this, but I'm making time because we are fast approaching November 5th. That's just coming up week, and want to go ahead and just kind of finish off this Rucksack patrol pack thing, and then we'll do other videos, but I got to do them sporadically because I'm still working on the house. I'm almost done with a lot of things that I need to do at the house. But everybody should be preparing and fortifying for problems, okay? And the Bible says there's going to be a revolt. It's quite possible that this could be the catalyst, this selection that's coming up. Like I've stated before, I think if Trump gets selected and put in there, then probably be a civil war, or at the minimum skirmishes. There's already been a lot of threats by the Harris people towards anybody that doesn't agree with them, basically. So they better watch themselves because they shouldn't be threatening people, because people will take care of them. You know what I mean? So they better watch their mouths and not be threatening people, because people will take care of business if it comes down to it. So I'm going to talk a bit about the Rucksack Patrol Pack. Now, it's a vast subject. There's a lot of different ways to do things. I'm going to try to show you a couple of different examples. One way that the regulars do it in the military is they will have the rucksack, which this one is fully loaded out with the average stuff that you would carry. I'm not going to unpack it. I don't have room to do all that, but as you can see, it's actually quite full and quite heavy. Now, this is one of the reasons why the Alice was moved away from, because as we went along in the years, the warfare became more complicated. There was more equipment, more kit to carry and so on. And so your rucks got larger and so on. And there's, and the thing is, if you're a regular, then you have the infrastructure there to support, You have all of that support in place to support your troops. Now, in a Minuteman scenario, you got to support yourselves. So it's a different situation, okay? So one way that you can mitigate the extra load of winter is to have a pulk, aka a sledge, alright? So this one right here, I've got two. I just made this one out last year, I think it was. So I built this one up, ready to go. And this is a jet sled, and I filled the holes here. It comes with a hole on each side here, which is dumb. I told them about it 2 or 3 times already. I had a conversation with them about this sled. I told them, why are you putting holes in the tub? That's a place for water to ingress, right? Anyway, I don't know if they ever did anything about it. It was like talking to a wall. So I got a lock nut on each side, and there's a small bolt, and then there's like one of those indented washers or whatever. I don't know what they call those washers, I forget. But anyway, there's silicone sealer underneath, and then tightened up gently until it's just watertight, right? And then I put my rope all the way around, and it's right here, and it pulls the whole sled as I pull my load, right? So, yeah. And then I got the eye bolts in here. It's very typical. Nothing I invented, right? So In the wintertime, the regular troops will utilize sledges, and they will be ski-borne or on snowshoes. You may be ski-borne or on snowshoes yourself. You may elect to go this route depending on your terrain and your situation of where you live and etc. How much stuff you have to actually load out and carry into wherever you're going to be working out of, right? So that's the whole thing. You know, another thing you got to consider is you're always going to have some kind of a signature of where you've been walking and pulling a sledge and so on in the wintertime if there's snow. But the thing is, you don't have much choice around that. You know, you just got to try to mitigate your signature as much as possible. I mean, if you're a regular, they're probably either going to drop you in by, you know, parachute, or they're going to, you know, put you on a insertion extraction rig or something like that. But if you're a Minuteman, likely you're just going to leg it in, okay? And when you do that, you're going to have a signature as to where you walked if it's snow, if it's snowpacked. If you're in an area where you get no snow during the winter time, then you don't have to worry about this. Probably, well, if you're in a sandy environment, you could use a sledge in the desert, you know. But because you're trying to redistribute some of that weight and not have everything on your back, you want to put minimal on your back and the majority just put it along the length of the sledge, right, and then tow it. As you can see, the pulling apparatus is not on it right now because I'm in the house. It's actually downstairs. I've got a olive green belt with PALS webbing on it that I use. I could just throw it over my shoulders and across my chest, or I could throw it around my waist or whatnot, right? Okay. Alright, so this is a malice pack. On the top is a sustainment pouch. In there is actually the poncho liner and all that good stuff, right? So, and my water kit in here in this Claymore pouch. There's not a whole lot in these other pouches here. Now, I'm going to make probably 2 videos, right? We'll just wrap this up. Now, one thing I did want to show you here, not in there, what are we going to do with it? Probably still in the other room. Let me go get it. Alright. Let me just move the sledge out of the way. Got this out to show you, and I forgot where I put it, so I had it in the ruck, but it was in this pouch over here. Anyway, so what this is just a sock. So in this sock I have tools. So when you actually start working on your patrol base, right, you need a couple of tools with you. And a couple of tools that I always love to carry is a saw. Okay, now this is a military saw. These Bako Laplanders are actually NATO saws, okay? So I always like to carry that. And it does lock shut and it locks open, right? Bako Laplander. Alright, you got to push that little button there, depress that button to get it to work. Okay. So I always carry one of those, and I always carry one of these. Alright. Is a little lopper, right? And I always spray paint them. So if I lose one and I need another one, I'll get it ready by spray painting it. So basically, yeah, the spray paint will chip off a little bit. There will be, you know, some shininess showing there when you unlock it. So this does lock shut. But the thing is that you need to clip stuff where you're going to be working sometimes, and build that, basically build out your hide site, or you're going to build out your patrol base a little bit. And this is going to like make your life so much easier, and something that I always use and I always recommend. Another thing is if you have a wood stove, right, that uses a lot of twigs like this is a Bush Buddy. I got this about a month ago or so, and I had been waiting for a long time. I think it's like an 84-week period or something. But yeah, finally got the Bush Buddy. Haven't used it yet, except for I did an alcohol burn in it. Anyway, so if you're using the twig stove, right, then cut them up all to the sizes you need pretty easy with this little lopper here. Alright, so this is a very indispensable tool. You say, oh, that's a lot of weight. No, look, when you need it, you gotta have it. You know, you can't be like crying about another, 10, 12 ounces or something when you got stuff to do and you just need to get it done. And some people might say something about this saw. There's a reason why NATO adopted a saw for troops, okay? There's a reason. So, there. Because you need it. There are times you're going to need it, and you better have it. It's just one of those things. You just got to understand that, they say that infantry work is light infantry. It's not really light. I mean, it's light because it's not a tank. You see what I'm saying? So, that doesn't mean that you're carrying a light amount of weight all the time, because you're not. You're going to have to carry weight sometimes, and you just have to get it done. That's just it. It's all about getting it done. And you got to have the tools to get it done, because if you don't have the tools to get it done, you're in trouble. Alright, I got like 2.5 minutes left for this video. Yeah. And here's a blade antenna that I camoed up. Alright, relocation cable there. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. This is all done up for winter time. Winter is upon us. We're in autumn right now, but winter will be here soon. If the rapture doesn't happen soon after this selection, then we may be in for a winter. And if we end up getting into some conflict because of all the nonsense that's going on with the communists in this country, then they may end up sending the harsh weather our way. Because they manipulate weather, right? There are government patents on it, so if you don't believe me, don't. It's not for me to make you believe. Go out there and look it up. I've known about this stuff since like the late 70s, HARP and all that. It's not new. Not a new thing. Nikola Tesla made it rain in a room, okay, with a machine that he built. That's in the book Nikola Tesla, Man Out of Time. Or it's called Tesla, Man Out of Time. Read that book. There's all kinds of neat inventions in there that he did. And of course, he got screwed out of his AC electricity and stuff, but I think it was Westinghouse screwed him over. Alright, we're going to come back in one more video here, and I'll see you there.